there was a guy that would be like, oh, you guys, they're disappointed doctors. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know. I've been busy and lazy, quite frankly. But yeah, I'm here again in front of you. Thank you for humoring me. Um, yeah, today I just wanted to talk a bit about things that you can do as an undergrad, especially that can make your journey into whatever career you choose to pursue easier for you. And these are things that I did for myself based on people's advice and based on my own, I don't know, intuition, I guess. And these things turned out to be very helpful things in the long run. So yeah, if you are new here, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you are old, thank you so much. Thank you for how patient you are or you've been so far, and please expect great content from me. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this video like as short as possible and to the point so we don't spend a lot of time like rambling. Okay, so I'm going to start with your undergrad, right? From first year, and I'm going to use my journey as an example. So I studied biochemistry as an undergrad, and I graduated after 4 years with a second class upper. I really didn't like biochemistry in the first place. Like, I just chose it because it was a thing my people from high school used to choose. Like, you chose medicine and then you chose biochemistry. It wasn't because I'd done any research into biochemistry and felt like, oh yeah, like this is the program I want to go study. I had it, and so I went to do it. And it was supposed to be like a short-term thing. I wanted to reapply for medicine as soon as I could, and then get out of the program and then go study medicine instead. And I tried doing that in my first year, after like I think my first semester, but that didn't work out. Okay, maybe I'll make another video like to go like really in depth into my journey. When I like you guys more, I will do that, but for now, let's just say it didn't work out. Okay, and I was very angry at the time because I felt like, oh, I deserve to do medicine, or I deserve better. Maybe I did, I think I did, but like whatever. But yeah, so I, even though like I was very conflicted, like very disappointed and just like not happy to be where I was at the time, I also realized that I had to do my best. I'm not a loser. I cannot like be given something like a job and then just go be bad at it just because. So I mean, first it was hard. It was so hard for me, but yeah, not only emotionally. I'm not very good with math. So yeah, I found myself having to take like calculus, chemistry program, like organic chemistry, I think. And I don't like organic chemistry like at all. I don't like math either. So I struggled, you guys. I really, really struggled. But yeah, my point is, you don't have an excuse, okay? And you never know where life's gonna take you. And you need to be able to show people that you are responsible or that you take something seriously. And as an undergrad, like in the midst of all your personal life problems or whatever, your one responsibility is to go to school. Okay, your one job is school. People that have seen Barbie will get a reference. But yeah, that's literally the only thing you have to do. So like if you don't do it well, it's like it doesn't put you in a good light, because then it's like, oh, okay, if you're terrible at that, what shows you can handle a job? Exactly. So yeah, don't take your studies lightly. Make sure you excel as much as possible. Okay, that's that. And then the second thing, I started going for internships in my second year. Okay, and I remember very well that one of my internship places, that was like Guinness, Ghana. When I got there, I met this guy. Like he was older, and then like it was his actual job, whereas I was just there as an intern. And he's like, why are you being an intern? Like, why are you struggling? You're just an undergrad. You should be home sleeping. Like, beyond school, all you have to do is work. So why don't you take this time that you actually have to just sleep or enjoy life or hang out with your friends or whatever it is young people do? And quite frankly, I didn't have an answer to that, okay? But again, I'm just the type of person that I'm purpose driven, I guess. I need to be doing something productive with my life for the most part, anyway. So yeah, I started my internships in level 200. That's like sophomore year, okay? And I mean, I think my very first internship was at a hospital because I just wanted a training, I guess, and it was something to do, so I did it. It wasn't necessarily a thing that related to, like, I don't know, a future job prospects or anything like that. And then my second internship was the Guinness Ghana one. And actually, I didn't stay at Guinness for long because then I got like an internship opportunity at a place that I actually really really wanted, which was Noguchi. So I wanted to get like research experience and just explore my interest. Okay, and so I dropped the Guinness internship and then went to Noguchi, and I do not have any regrets. My point is you need to expose yourself, okay? Put yourself in a position where you have a lot of experience and you've tested yourself and find out what your interests are and pursue those interests, okay? So that's actually like a two in one point, I guess. Explore your interests. Like at the time I was very fixated on medicine, and so I didn't like know what else was out there for me to do, okay, as a student in biochemistry. But I also realized that my school wasn't exactly the place you want to go to if you want exposure. No shade to UDS, but yeah, it really wasn't, okay. And I didn't have like someone to be like, oh, hey, go to this place or go to that place, because I don't know. I guess I don't have a lot of people in science in my family or friends, I guess, at the time anyway. So it was up to me to look out for like places where I felt like I could learn something, or there could be places for me to meet like mentors, okay? So go to internships, expose yourself as much as possible to different things that you might be interested in. Make connections there. Make sure you find someone that's like nice and kind and probably older, who can give you like career advice and be like, oh, head in this direction, or don't head in that direction, or I did this and it didn't work for me, so don't do that, or this is like an easier way to do this. You just never know, you know. Sometimes you just really don't know. So make sure you're in a position where the people who do know and do understand can help you. All right. And then my third point is that if you're a Ghanaian, okay, you know about national service. It's like, for those who don't know, it's like a program for undergrads. Like once you finish undergrad, you're supposed to go work for the country for like a really really minimum wage. And how much were we paid? 599. That's like, let's say, approximately $60 monthly. Yeah. That was crazy. It still is. I think they're gonna increase it this year, last I heard. But even an increment is still not much, but that's not the point. The point is that you're supposed to it's an opportunity for you to serve your country. That's what it's meant to be. However, I personally feel like graduates are just being taken advantage of. Okay, that's how I feel about the national service scheme. But yeah, that's what goes on every year in Ghana. Once you're out of school, you have to go through the national service scheme before you can apply for like a real job or do anything else. I think my grad school that I applied to in Ghana and went to for my master's, they required that you like finished your national service. So it's like a thing, like you really have to do it, most of it anyway. So yeah, my point is that your where you do your national service really counts, okay? Like that was the one advice someone gave to me during one of my internships, and it actually made sense after I started my national service. Where you do it really, really matters. Number one, not only should it be a place where like it's conducive for learning, where you actually learn something and go home or go back wherever you are from with like things and tools and skills that are marketable. Not only that, okay, number two, it has to be a place where they give you the option of, I don't know, applying for a real job there. Some of them don't retain. Most of them, I think, don't even retain. Okay, so you find that it feeds into this unemployment situation that's like largely known in Ghana, right? Like you finished your national service, they don't retain you. In some places, all you do there is like buy food. Like they send you on errands to like get food for your superiors or whatever. You're not even learning anything. So you finish it, you are, handicapped in a way, and then again they don't maintain the connection, so you have to go find jobs like elsewhere, which can be really, really hard because it's like choked right now in Ghana. So yeah, where you do it matters. Make sure you do your research before you choose. Don't just be choosing because like you want to be in the capital, you want to go to Accra and chill. No, please, you'll be shocked. Okay, so if you can be in Tamale and you find like a company that will help you grow and that also might like retain you, you should stick to it. Okay, it's not only about the fast life. So yeah, I chose to do my national service at Noguchi. I think you get to choose the regions and not necessarily the place, okay? But I had done an internship there previously. I maintained my connections. I was a good intern at the time. So applying and getting a spot in Noguchi wasn't so hard for me. That's what you should be doing. And then these links that you make, these connections that you make, it's not guaranteed that those source or that you ever need to go back to them, but it's just good, good to have it, good to have your options open so that anytime, if anything comes up, you're safe. Then, the next day, if I look up, I have a list, so I'm just looking up, trying to remind myself what I'm supposed to say. Okay, the next thing that I want to say is that you should know yourself, okay, and understand what your interests are and what comes easily to you and what doesn't. Okay, excuse me. So for me, I have known for the longest time that I'm not the best at math. Like literally yesterday, I was in a lab struggling, fighting for my life, okay, in a simple math question, right? So what I'd say, that's just a silly example, but what I really mean is that know what interests you, know what motivates you, know what is helpful to you and what isn't. And you cannot know these things unless you actively and intentionally put yourself in situations where you find those things out, okay? Goes without saying. So feeds back into one of my previous points. Do internships. You don't know what kind of work environment works best for you, or what kind of like work relationships, or which kind of bosses you perform best under, unless you do an internship. Then you will have like a, I don't know, a laid back supervisor or a really like super strict supervisor. Then you can find out, oh yeah, like I work best when I'm independent, when I'm not micromanaged, or I like to have like deadlines, things like that. You never know. Okay, you need to know these things so that you don't get stuck in a job that you don't like in the future, so that you don't find yourself doing things that you don't enjoy. Okay, because that becomes a burden in your life and you don't know, it's eating you up, but you don't know. I'm just telling you, I think, anyway. So yeah, find out what you like, do the things that you like, and then the things that you don't like but you have to do, make sure you seek help. Like, don't die. I'm not going to kill myself because I cannot solve a math problem when I can just consult someone to help me. Okay, please don't do that. Or don't go, I'm never going to be an accountant, I'm never going to be a chemist. That's just not going to happen because I don't have the brains for it, unfortunately. I just don't. Like, I just don't. And my next thing is that, very importantly, okay, you should be financially responsible. Like, you should learn to manage your own finances. No matter how much you're earning, you should be able to make a budget, stick to your budget, make sure you have like savings. Don't just like squander your money. I think it goes without saying, but whatever. Sometimes people just, or most young people think that, I don't know, life is always going to be as it is. Like when you're in uni or college, it doesn't work like that, okay? When you finish school, yeah, life comes at you really, really fast. Like you won't believe how changed your life will become. Like you'd be like, wow. Yeah, adulthood is not like a joke. It isn't. So my one thing I would say is that the only money that's yours is money you're earning. If you're not earning it, please, anything that you're not earning but like you feel entitled to, is entitlement. Okay, nobody owes you money. Maybe your parents do, okay, but yeah, I'm just saying you should have your own. Have your vex money, if you know what that means. Essentially have your money, okay? Have money that you can be like, okay, yeah, I want to move out. You can go do that. And nobody will like be like, oh, but you don't have money to pay for that. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Have money because it opens up your, like, it expands your options, okay? Like for instance, when I was about to finish my national service, okay, and I started to look at things that I could, I started to look at things that I could do after school, like what are my options. I knew by that point that I really wanted to do what's it called? I wanted to pursue a research career, right? So the next thing for me was to do a master's. And in trying to get into a master's program, I was looking at like schools in the UK mostly. But beyond some point, it was quite clear to me that those routes were not going to source, like they were not going to be productive. So I had to look like into places in Ghana, okay? And it was a very like that decision and that realization came to me at a very like late point, okay? And then UG, that's University of Ghana, that was where I wanted to do my master's, okay? And by the time I think I had like 2 days or something to buy the form before they like literally stopped selling forms. The form is like a university form, like you have to apply, so you have to go to a bank and buy a form, for those that don't know. So yeah, I had to do that, and because it was so, like on such short notice, I literally bought it like right after work, okay? So this is what I'm talking about. If I didn't have my own money at the time, I would have had to be like, oh hey, can I get money? And I'll be like, oh, let me just go home and then like get the money and then come back. But I could have missed the deadline. That's just like one of, I think this is like a tiny example of how in some instances money gives you freedom and money gives you like expands your options and literally can change your life. This is like a very minute example, but there are much bigger cases with much more severe consequences when you don't have your own money. You can definitely rely on other people, people that like are your official dependents. That's fine, but don't squander your money. And if you don't know how to like manage money when you have little of it, you will know how to manage it when you have a lot of it. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I'm not a financial expert or a wealth manager. I'm just telling you what I think will help you. Be financially responsible, okay? And yeah, another thing is to have a plan. I know things don't always work out, but have a goal, have a vision, be on a mission, bro. Like you don't want to be, we're in what, it's August. National service usually ends in I think August, September, thereabout. You don't want to be in like July and still be like, what am I going to do after service? And I know it's a really irritating question that most people get asked a lot. Mind you, asking anybody at any point in life what they are going to do with their life is rude, first of all. It's just plain rude because nobody knows. Like, don't ask me. Oh my God, I'm not. So please don't ask me. But you as a person have a plan at the back of your mind that, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Like if I get the opportunity, this is what I'm going to do. Okay? And as a result of that plan or vision you have in your head, let your actions match that vision. Might not come to pass, but you would never know. Okay, so let me give you another example using myself. When I started my national service here, that was in August 2018. The following month, I think, one of my co-workers was like, oh hey, there's a new organization coming up. it's an NGO, so yeah, it's not like a paid job or anything. Do you want to join? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, what's this about? So it was basically about like it was this group that was trying to like reach out to underprivileged kids and give them some exposure to science. That's visa. Okay, vacation initiatives for science in Africa. And I was like, yeah, cool. I didn't know these people. I just knew my coworker who was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, okay, 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 let's do it. And turned out to be one of the best decisions I made. And the only reason I made that decision at that point was because it related to me and my story. Like I said earlier, I was looking for people to give me directions of what I could do or like exposure into science and things like that. I didn't have that. So that was an opportunity for me to, first of all, do that. And secondly, I knew again by that point that I would probably pursue a career in research. And graduate school is competitive, bro. Like you need all the players you have. You need to be like that hot, like that, okay, to be picked. So I knew that okay, this is a thing that might help me someday in my graduate school application. So why not? Okay, it's also going to be a source of like recommendations. If I work well and I know myself, okay, I bring it. If I work well, I'm going to get like really good recommendations, and it's going to take some part of like my free time, but it's okay. I can handle it. Mind you, my national service year, it was not typical. Okay, I was I was working. They put me to work, you guys. I was working, and I couldn't even explain to people that, yo, I'm just doing national service, but you guys, like, I don't have time. My colleagues in other places, like, yeah, it was chill. It was okay. Even I'm not saying they didn't learn or anything, but I think relatively, yeah, they had like a much more relaxed time than I did. Bro, rough times. But anyway, yeah, I did it, and then I signed up for that organization and I joined them and we did a couple of events. It went really well. I met really nice people who are still like my friends and everything. But when the time came for me to actually do, I didn't use it for my master's applications, but my PhD applications, I had to talk about like what I've done to show my interest and my willingness to be driven and to work and to, I don't know, just, you know. So yeah, I hope you get me. Like you have to prove that, yeah, you are that girl that they need on their team, you know. So this was like receipt. This was a receipt I could give to the admissions board and be like, yeah, not only I'm not just talking, I've done this thing before, I want to do it again, so believe in me. Things like that. Okay, so I took up this very random opportunity and in the long run it paid off. Okay, so my point is that volunteering is not a waste of time. Find those opportunities. It doesn't have to be only like a volunteer opportunity or something. Just go the extra mile, do the extra things. Okay, and then mind you, if you are really interested in graduate school applications, look up the requirements. This is not only for grad school. I think any job you want to like, you think you want to go for in the future, look up the requirements when you are like underqualified. Like maybe I'm in my second year, alhamdulillah, of PhD, and maybe one of my interests is to be a medical writer, okay, when I'm done. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm looking up the job requirements of a medical writer so that I can prepare my stats, like myself, start preparing. When the time comes, I'll have what it takes. I'll be a competent applicant and I'll put in my application and then see how it goes from there. So don't just wait until you need to produce something to start to produce it. I'm a planner, so maybe that works for me, but I think you could also benefit as an undergrad. You could, or anybody at all at this point, you could also benefit from doing some things like that. And I think another point is that it goes without saying that you have to be a reliable national service personnel or undergrad, like whatever project you're given, don't take it lightly. I think for me in my undergrad, I took my project very, very, like, I didn't take it seriously is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I think I did my best, but I think I could have done so much better. And I regret now that I didn't do better. And the reality is that if you do your final year project well, okay, you're able to publish. And then the time I thought myself was just being, I don't know, annoying. Because I'm just a girl, okay, at the time. That's what I thought anyway. But now I actually wish I had put in a lot more effort and put out publishable work and data so that, who knows where would have taken me today. But yeah, whatever you are given, do your best. Don't be one of those people that like, oh, it's just national service. Oh, I'm just an undergrad. Oh, I'm just a girl. Yeah, you're a girl. Does the world think you're a girl or just a girl or just an undergrad? They sound like excuses, and quite frankly, they are excuses. Okay, giving your best, do the extra things, go the extra mile, talk to people, make sure they see you, not see you, see the work that you're doing, and see that, oh yeah, this person is reliable, this person is productive, this person manages their time well. Like, I don't have to tell them to do things or like chase them around to give me reports or anything like that. Just be that person. You see, you be like nobody can like dispose of you. Yeah. And then last but definitely not the least, if you are religious as I am, pray for guidance. Okay, pray for guidance. Like, I think one of the most life-changing Ramadans for me was Ramadan 2017. Yeah, because that was the point. At that point, I think I was at level 300 going to level 400, and your girl was stressed. You guys, I was so I remember it vividly because whoa, I was stressed because I was about to graduate from school, right? And of course, you're thinking, what am I going to do after school? Like, what's there to do, especially for biochemistry? So one of the things that I want this channel to do is to give you hope, especially if you're not a person who's like doing a program that other people think is like, I don't know, the IT program. When I was in school, literally, there was a guy that would be like, oh, you guys, the disappointed doctors. I kid you not, a guy in a position of power who was supposed to be, I forgot what he was, but maybe like in the admin or something. I've forgotten exactly what he was doing. But literally, like my first day in school, trying to register for my classes, that's what this guy said to me. And my friends, like that cohort, like we're like, yeah, disappointed doctors. I'm like, I mean, it's true. It was true. But still, really? No worries, no worries. It's good, cool. I've forgotten what I was trying to say with that. Yes. So my point is that one of my priorities, okay, I have you guys in my heart. People that didn't do medicine and did other things in science. Right now, tech is like the big thing, right? Not tech. I'm not saying tech is not good. I'm just saying that not tech. Biochemistry, biology, that's like applied biology, biological science, chemistry. People that from where I'm from and it's not common or like encouraged to do things, these programs, and you yourself are not encouraged doing it like I wasn't. Don't worry at all. Okay, just do your best. As I was saying, God, you guys should forgive me. Okay, my thoughts are like jumbled up right now. But yeah, I was about to graduate from school and I was like very anxious most of the time because I didn't know what I was going to do after school. Okay? And I took that Ramadan very seriously. If you don't know what Ramadan is, please Google it at this point and find out. I took it very seriously because I was really, really in need of guidance, divine guidance and divine intervention. Let me just say that God came true. So if you believe in God, you should be praying to him and asking him for very specifically for the very specific things that you want, especially if you are confused like I was. I didn't know whether I was going to do medicine or I was going to do like research, and how to now go about like convincing my family that, oh, I'm not interested in medicine anymore, I want to do this. Oh my God, that's an extreme spot. Okay, that was me. So my mind was blowing up, you guys. But yeah, I went through it. I prayed. God came through. My story is not over. I'm still in it, still here, thriving. I didn't die. I didn't do medicine, but I didn't die. I was okay. I found something else that I liked genuinely. And then my friends that wanted to do medicine went on to do medicine, and they're happy, and now they are almost done as well. Some of them are done actually. So it's okay. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are feeling right now, it's valid, but it's okay. You'll be okay. Pray for guidance, okay? And do your best. Don't worry, I have you in heart. And I'm going to be trying to do more content that you can relate to, that you might find helpful. And I'm also going to like set up some initiatives to be able to show you firsthand what's doing some of these careers look like. For instance, what does it look like to be a medical doctor? Okay, what does it look like to be a postdoctoral fellow? What does it look like to be an agricultural engineer? Don't worry, I've got you in hand. Okay, I'm that person, or I'm going to be that person that I wish I had when I was an undergrad. So stick with me, okay, and support me. Follow, like, subscribe. I'll be here, I'll be back, and we're going to have fun alongside. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.